Now, Sledgehammer. He was a fun guy to have around. He probably freaked me out the most out of any stalker, but, uh, yeah, I think he was, like, one of the only ones that, yeah, I just said this, he's, like, one of the only ones that actually scared me. And, I mean, that is rather true. His whole jumping out from ceilings and stuff and walking through when you're least expecting it was something to really warm you up to the gameplay style of Clock Tower 3. Why? Because all the other stalkers do this as well, but not on such a level. But you have to always, they taught me in that game that you always have to be on guard. You can't just be like, oh, well, I'm not getting stalked, so I can go frolic around in a field of flowers. He taught me that. In part 6, when I did my first epic scream, because he jumped from the ceiling, that really said, okay, you have to be serious about this. This is still a game, and it's a very difficult game. And I learned to, and he taught me to realize that this is a very difficult game. So for scariness, I'd like to give him a 9. He could have been a little bit more scary. I don't know, just like, but after a while he became a little predictable. But that's just because I played through the area twice. Now, in originality, big guy with a sledgehammer, that's not the most original thing in the book. But his area's originality was rather good. The fact that it brought you through an entire, like, storyline of a murder is very original. I've never seen that in a game before this one. So I'd like to give him a 5 for originality as well. Now, for difficulty, yes, his area was quite difficult. They put you in a lot of tight hallways with a very, very large stalker. But also the fact that he was constantly there. Like, you'd complete a puzzle and think, okay, well, now I just have to do this. No, he's gonna follow you. So I'd like to give him a 6, I guess. That sounds like a good call there. Now we're going to head on to the second stalkers, Daniela and Kuroda. I can never pronounce his name right. Daniela, who you all know as the crazy maid, who I absolutely can't stand, I think is probably one of the most difficult stalkers of these two games. Why do I think of that? Because her area is very long, it requires a lot of backtracking, but that also means a lot of idle time. Which means that her little internal timer to come or not goes down a lot more than you'd actually realize. Her area requires you to go around and mess with loomies and stuff, and I mean, and you also have the option of giving her an even stronger point of mind. And also her area is full of different little cutscenes that will make you panic slightly, like the Mandragora and the guy blocking the secret base. So, yeah, her area is rather difficult compared to the rest of the game. I mean, that's not saying that the rest of them aren't very difficult. It's just that they are. It's a hard thing to do in the beginning of the game because, I mean, you saw me. I lost all of my items in that area. I had to go run around and restock afterwards, and that took me forever. I mean, I never had a full stock of items afterwards. So I'd like to give her a 7.5 for difficulty. Now, for originality, maids, it's been a theme in a lot of things, but I think for the fact that she didn't just want to kill Fiona, she was jealous of her because she had the ability to feel and taste and stuff. I think that was very original. I really enjoyed that. I mean, that little point of scariness saying she just wants what's inside of you. Not to be in a perverted way there, but yeah. She just wants it so badly that she would go actually insane and try and kill you several times. I think that was very original of Capcom, and they did a very good job in that area. So I would like to give, for originality, another 7.5. Now for scariness, I think Daniela has the one of the scariest areas in Haunting Ground. I can't think of which game it was now. Why do I think that? Because you go through a room one time, and then after completing a puzzle, the room is all torn up and bloody. But also she has the factor of the puzzles that take forever, and what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Just the fact that she could be hiding anywhere, and the whole Iron Maiden thing, that could, I mean, I would have been scared to death if I actually decided to use that one. But yeah, I think she has one of the scariest areas just in ambiance, through the whole Haunting Ground experience. So I'd like to give her a 6. Now, Kuroda. I really liked him, but the fact that he wasn't very active kind of puts me off. So I'm gonna start with originality. He has to be the most original stalker of any of them. Any of them, I must say. He is the most original stalker of any of them. Why? I mean, yes, I can think of people wielding giant swords and sledgehammers and an evil maid, but a guy using acid and having like a little shower hose thing, that's brilliant. I love that idea. And I mean, if he would have given much more of an appearance, like having started stalking you when I said, oh, is he going to start stalking me now? Then I would really rate him, all of him, very high. But he wasn't there. He just wasn't there. It really disappointed me in the end when I only had about 2 videos with actual footage of him in it, including the boss fight. I would have to say 3 actually, but whatever. So yeah. For originality, I'm going to give him a 9.5. He wasn't perfect, but, I mean, he wasn't absolutely perfect. I mean, there could have been a couple of more things I'd like to see from him, but no, that was a very original idea, Capcom. I love the idea. Now for difficulty, like I was saying, I would have loved for him to be more active. Why? Because, that would have made his originality score go up if he had more ideas to go through with things. But for the parts that he was stalking me for, I mean, he killed me for the first time there. I mean, not first boss battle death, but first, on-field death. He killed me for the first time. And, I think that does give him a little bit of a difficulty up type thing. So, I would like, I mean, for the parts I was at, it was very hard sometimes. But the other times it was just kind of, oh, well, I have nothing chasing me, so why should I even bother? So I'm gonna give him a 5. No, not a 5. Let's give him a 6. Yeah. He wasn't the hardest thing in the book. I mean, the rest of that game, oh my god. But, yeah. Now for scariness. He really didn't scare me all too much. I was just kind of like, oh, well, I want to avoid this. It wasn't that, oh my god, he's gonna kill me. It was just, I want to avoid this. I do remember actually having a little bit of a freak out in his area when he decided to spray me from around a corner, but I mean, that was the one time it happened. It wasn't very scary. I mean, the fact that I was constantly on alert that, oh geez, there's going to be a stalker soon, was a little bit of a scariness factor, but the fact that it never actually provided a stalker for my scariness, just, it kind of killed me. I did not like his area very much. Chapter 2 was very disappointing to me. So, I'm going to give his scariness rating a 4. Sorry. You just don't deserve it, Quarter.